Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Perkins, a board certified OBGYN, and today we're talking about what does it mean when a guy is infertile. It's important to talk about these things, and I'm excited to dive into it with you today because infertility affects 1 in 7 couples. We will talk about differentiating between female infertility and male infertility, how to test for fertility, what it means when it's deemed that a guy is infertile, and how to improve male infertility. Infertility, by definition, as I mentioned earlier, affects 1 in 7 couples. With that, whenever you have frequent infertility in general means that we have the inability to conceive a child, and this is in the presence of having regular sexual activity, that we are in our fertile years and we're not able to achieve this. In general, when you are under the age of 35, we would recommend that you have sexual intercourse, you interact on a regular basis for at least 12 consecutive months, trying for pregnancy. And if pregnancy has not been achieved within those 12 months, that means that infertility is present. It does not say who is infertile. And what we do know is that out of the 1 in 7 couples who are infertile, there's a 50% chance that it could be due to the female, as well as a 50% chance that it could be due to the male. So once we've established that infertility is present, it is important that we investigate a little bit further to check both the female and the male to test to see who could be the contributing factor or the cause of the infertility that is being experienced. If you're over the age of 35, that length of time is reduced from 12 months of trying down to 6. And the reason is we know that age is such an important factor when it comes to fertility. And so females will have lower quality eggs over the age of 35. Males also can be advanced age. I know we don't talk about this much, but there is such a thing as advanced paternal age. And with that, males may also show a decrease in the quality of their sperm over the age of 45. And so considering all these factors, if you are in that category of being advanced maternal age or advanced paternal age, that we do some testing to figure out who could be having some kind of infertility. So let's first talk about female infertility. Female infertility could be a problem or a blockage or a lack of function in any of the organs in the female reproductive tract. So let's first talk about the female reproductive tract and how infertility can present itself. This is the vagina again. At the top of the vagina is a lower part of the uterus called the cervix. You may have a blockage to this point of the cervix, which is the entrance or the area, the canal that sperm will need to pass through to be able to conceive. And so if there's a blockage here, you can have a problem. Inside of the body of the uterus here, you can have a mass or a tumor, such as a fibroid or a polyp. You can have tissue that could be blocking sperm from passing through, or even scar tissue. In the fallopian tubes, these fallopian tubes are very, 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 very important when it comes to fertility, because this is where egg and sperm needs to meet. They don't meet inside of the uterus, they don't meet inside of the cervix, they don't meet anywhere else but the fallopian tubes. And so we want this very small area, which is, I consider it like a bridge. We want this to be open so that egg and sperm can actually come together. So if you've ever had like a pelvic surgery, a pelvic infection, endometriosis, problems as such, these tubes may not function well. And so they're very important in determining whether or not you are fertile. Lastly, after we pass the fallopian tubes and go over to the ovaries, you have 2 of them. These ovaries need to produce an egg, ovulation, every single month to be able to be fertile. And so any part of the female reproductive tract could play a part with infertility. And so if you've been trying and you've been deemed infertile as a female, all of these would be tested and checked to make sure that they're functioning as they should. Now, in a male, for us to be able to know if he is infertile or not, we are concerned with his sperm. And the reason is sperm is released in millions in every ejaculate. So let's break this down a little bit. So the ejaculate, even though we refer to sperm and we're just like, oh, his sperm, it's really the semen that carries the sperm inside of it. The sperm are small motile cells and they pass and travel through anything. And so when you have an ejaculate, which is the amount of semen and sperm together that comes out after or with orgasm, this count and the total quantity is called the ejaculate. In general, about 3 mLs or milliliters of sperm ejaculate is released each time. And in that, you can find up to even 300 million sperm in one ejaculate. It's insane how much sperm is being produced and how much sperm is being released each time. Now, even though we have millions and millions and millions of sperm, a majority of them don't function well. A majority of them are not able to swim like they should. A majority of them do not carry the appropriate DNA material that is needed to actually fertilize an egg well. And so on the male side, it is very important that a semen analysis is done. This is a special test to break down, look at, count, evaluate sperm, the semen, and everything that comes through the ejaculate process to identify any problems with the sperm. In general, if the male is infertile, he may have no sperm in his semen, poorly functioning sperm, and either one of these can affect fertility tremendously. Whenever we test for infertility, there's a long history that is taken wherein, especially in males, we're looking at your history, traumas, injuries, lifestyle. We're looking at your diet. We're looking at your activities, your leisure activities such as drinking and smoking and things that we know that could affect the quality and the functioning of your semen and sperm as well. And so we dive in deep with a long history to find problems that could be permanent or problems that can be acute or fixable immediately. And so it's very important that when you get these assessments that you're ready to just dive in with your provider and just let them know everything that's ever happened to you so we can identify what the problem is or where the problem is so that we can fix it. In a very similar fashion, females are assessed by starting with a very, very, very deep history, going into looking at history of STDs, to having traumas, surgeries, injuries to your abdomen, your lifestyle as well. This is a time frame for everyone to be not only honest and open, but to really kind of share with your provider everything that is needed for us to be able to assess fully. Once those initial conversations are done, then we may go ahead and schedule a semen analysis. We may test and schedule things such as x-rays that are specific for looking at the fallopian tubes, ultrasounds, MRIs, different types of imaging modalities that may be helpful in us determining where the problem with infertility lies. So when would a guy need to see the doctor? Well, of course, when you have not achieved pregnancy in the time frame as I mentioned earlier in the video. If you have any problems with ejaculating, with erectile dysfunction, things as such. If there's any pain, discomfort, or swelling by the testicles. If there is a history of having testicular problems or injuries, traumas of any kind. If you've ever had any surgeries to the groin, the testicles, the scrotum, the penis, any surgeries whatsoever. And definitely if the female partner is over the age of 35. And so with all of these things, it is very important that we investigate early because as we get older, both females and males, the quality of our body and our cells only decreases over time. If you are concerned about your hormonal balance as a female and you want to know how to optimize your body best, especially when it comes to fertility, I have a special offer for you today. I'd like to give you a free copy of my ebook, Hormones Don't Lie. And for you to get that, you'll have to click the link below this video and I'll be sure to send this over to you right away. In this book, we dive into your hormones, how to manipulate, improve, and balance them so that your body, especially when it comes to fertility, will improve, will be better, and will function exactly as it should. I'm Dr. Perkins. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.